I tried to do this video earlier as well. It's really hard to do at the moment. So it's like 1:30 in the morning basically, British time, UK, and TikTok deliberately put to stop me talking. I, Scott 1984, Mr. Scott Aaron John Reynolds, do not put music on the beginning of my videos where I'm trying to tell the world that you are programmed. You are programmed in an organic matrix. You are programmed by the elites. You are programmed by the royals. You are programmed by the conservative elite establishment political parties. You are programmed by the terrorists. You are programmed by the thugs. You are programmed by the political elites. You are programmed by the political classes. And every time I try and say something, TikTok puts music in front of it. So that's why this video's mad. Now don't judge my appearance or the book cover. The book cover could be billions to thousands of years old, and it could look ugly, it could look fragile, it could look insane. But inside that book cover, it's got something to tell you, something you never knew. Right. Go and find out all the empires that have fallen, adapted, lost their title of empire, yet still own or have agreements that aren't really agreements, i.e. false, manipulation, couping, corruption, fraud. Now, those are France, Italy, Russia, China, the USA, the Israeli state, and the empire that only fell in 1952 or 1956. I don't want to be your teacher. I don't want to be your researcher. I don't want to be a paid researcher. I don't want to be a paid teacher. I don't want to be a volunteer researcher. I want you to think for you. Think. This is the biggest muscle in the human body. It is bigger than most computers in the world. It can analyze from blood pressure to heart to organs to digesting your stomach. It has the ability to think. Now, the Great British Empire falls in 1952 or 1956, as I said. Now that is not that long ago. If you're upset with Palestine, 1948, and you may not notice, India and Pakistan were separated because India had been wound up by the Great British Empire to hate Muslims. So they divided India and Pakistan. And then Israel originally, or the Zionist movement of Zionist terrorism that, oh no, we're not terrorists, everyone else is terrorist crap. You buy that, you might as well go, me don't have a brain, me don't want to use it, I'm thinking from the heart. Don't think from the heart, think from the fucking brain. Now the Zionist terrorism movement, at the 6th annual meeting of the Zionist Convention meeting in 1903, from memory, to 1906, one of those dates, the Great British Empire unanimously, which was very conservative then, and has been conservative from the beginning. Your conservatism, my conservatism, your conservatism, not the same as that conservatism. Now that conservatism is in the UK. It is decades to centuries old. The same in France. That conservatism is decades to century old. The same with the USA. The conservatism is so old you would not believe. The conservatism in Russia is so old. The conservatism in China is so old. And the Great British Empire and Israel, blah, blah, blah. And it looks like I'm getting off topic, wish I was there. 1903, 1906, the 6th annual Zionist terrorism meeting. Because they are terrorists, they are fucked, they are imperialists, they are empires. Even they go, no, we're not. They don't even know their own history. On the 6th annual Zionist meeting in 1903 or 1906, and yes, cameras did exist then. Cameras come from like 1895, 1896. The whole bloody meeting was recorded publicly and video digital. Obviously it wasn't digital in that sense, but the point is, there's a record of it. Go and find it. Unanimously, the Great British Empire, which was conservative. If you think any royal is woke other than Harry and Meghan, then you need your head testing. Do you know who the targets are for your hatred now? It's not the Jews. Jews have had their turn. Because the Zionist movement probably set up Hitler and killed all the anti-Zionist Orthodox Jews who have existed, and you see them saying free Palestine, free Gaza, and they've been doing it 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 76 years. They've been saying free Palestine, free Gaza, because according to the Torah and the Bible, God came down and roughly like that said, you are my chosen people. Bow down to me, worship me. I don't know the ins and outs. And the Orthodox Jews said, you're doing a few parlour tricks. We don't believe you're God. God gets vengeful. Hasn't grown its brain yet, perhaps, or consciousness. And he goes, well, you are now not allowed any land. I will kick you out of Egypt, and I will kick you out of Jerusalem. And I will leave you in the desert for 40 years, 400 years, decades, whatever, it doesn't matter. When I come back, as in not me, this God, I don't believe in gods in the sense of the religious scripts. All the religious scripts have been tampered. But this God says you can live around the planet, yet you'll never have a home and you'll never have a land until I return. And when God returns, the Orthodox Jews or the Zionist Jews, I don't know, will either say, yes, you are God. No, you're not God. What happens after the no, I do not know. And they were given Uganda in 1906, 1903, at the 6th Zionist meeting by the Great British Empire, unanimously. They were about to enact moving Zionists into Uganda, and the Danish colonisers heard this rumour, or heard this public announcement. As I said, it is on camera, it was publicly recorded. Said, what the fuck? We're South African. How dare you think you can displace non-local people and out us? Without realising that the Danish people in South Africa are Danish. The original people are Africans from the whole of the continent in different tribes. And what happened was the Great British Empire saw this big media campaign in the largest African paper saying it would be unfair for locals, as in they meant the Danish South African locals, to be displaced by Zionist Jews. Zionist Jews, it would be wrong to be displaced in Uganda by them. 1903, 1906, and the Great British Empire went a bit blushy, and they said, sorry Zionists, we're going to withdraw Uganda. Then World War II and World War I happened. What happened to all the Orthodox anti-Zionist Jews? They were slaughtered, mate. Figure it out for yourself. Wake up.